Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Insert Coin to Begin.
Yep.
I'm James.
I'm Callie.
And today we're going to talk about... What are we going to talk about today?
Well, this is our first video for A New Adventure Awaits.
This is our first video ever, actually.
It is?
Yeah.
All right. It is our first video ever.
We've recorded several videos, but we've had a lot of issues, so we're hoping that this video is the first video, and then now that we've kind of figured out what our issues are, we can go ahead and...
Yeah, we've recorded several videos of this particular one.
So it's going to be a real quick, short, sweet. What'd you play?
Well, this is New Adventure Awaits. This is our first segment of our first thing of whatever. New Adventure Awaits. Basically, I play a game I've never played, try it out, like it, sneeze is coming. Oh no. It went away. Okay.
Okay.
I play a game I've never played before, which is a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
Try it out, see what I like, see what I don't like. We talk about it. Ta-da.
And as you can see, we have plenty to choose from.
Oh, yes. Lots of games to choose from.
This isn't even half of it, really.
This is a small smack roll of what I actually have never played most of these back here, so, you know.
Pretty much. There's like a very small shelf of everything you've played. So, what was the game you decided to play?
The first game I decided to choose to play was Legend of Zelda. I've never played one.
Which
ever.
one?
The very first one.
Oh, Legend of Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda.
Like the one that started it all, the gold cartridge. The one that started it all, the gold cartridge. Went all the way back, old school. Oh, wow.
Yeah, had never played it ever.
It's a very far cry from typical RPGs, isn't it?
Definitely. But I think I held my own pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, you watched me play it. I think I did pretty well. Had a lot of fun, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it better than you expected?
Not really better than I expected. I mean, I was expecting a fun little RPG. I mean, it was... I pretty much got out of it what I was expecting to get out of it.
Yeah. That's usually what it is every Zelda is the same. Mm-hmm. But they're all different. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird how they do it.
I've seen people play them. And so, I mean, I knew basically it's the same, but it's not. Mm-hmm. No, I've watched you play Ocarina of Time before. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I've seen...
You see me play Minish Cap, too.
Yes.
I was playing through that a couple of days ago. Months ago, actually.
Months ago. That was a long time ago. And I've seen pieces of Wind Waker. Mm-hmm. And I've seen Skyward Sword. You've played Skyward Sword before.
Bumblebee.
And what was the other one? There's another one where you melt into walls.
Oh, that's a Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds. I've seen playthroughs of that one. Which
you should actually play Link to the Past first, I think. Because then you can compare and contrast the two. And it's a really interesting way how they did it. So,
but anyways, I only played enough to the first dungeon. Mm-hmm. That's how far I got. It was not how far I got. That's how far I chose to play. That was basically. I tried to combine mostly and basically. That was mostly so I could basically get the gist of the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you had some questions for me, yes?
I had a few. You quickly learned what everybody else learned as far as the screen transition. You're like, oh, it's cool, I'm going on a new adventure. And then you found out how much it can turn against you.
True.
In the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I actually initially enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I liked the anticipation. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, you're walking and you're going, and then it was just like, you pause, and then that screen transitions, and then it was like, oh, there's a new area I haven't explored, and then it got annoying real quick. Right, but... especially in the dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, especially when you're going against enemies. Because, like, you're fighting that enemy, and then they hit you, and if you're in that one area that sends you back to the next screen, you're like...
Oh, just wait till you fight the Dark Nuts that throw the swords at you. Because they throw them at you, and if you're at the door, you go in there.
Well, I came across that with the little pig guys that throw spears at you.
The gomas.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were called.
Wait, are you talking about the moblins or the gomas? The gomas throw the boomerangs at you. The
both
moblins. Okay, so yeah, basically
it happened both times.
Anything that throws anything at you,
anything that throws
you.
anything at you and throws you back. There was a thought there and it went away.
We were not prepared.
Goodbye, thought. Oh no, we were. We just
like we've done this.
We have done this so many times that we just
Yeah.
One of the first things I did initially was the no tutorial.
No tutorial?
That I love that you have your opening screen, you had that little scroll of paragraph text that basically tells you, the Princess Zelda has been kidnapped. You have to go save her. And you're not even it's just you get that and then you have that initial ta-da, there it is. And then it's enter your name. And then you enter your name. I think I named my character or something like that. I didn't even Yeah, I think that's what it was.
You went in not expecting anything.
Yeah, that's what I think I did name my character that. I was just I just,
You're it can't be as good as everybody says.
Right. It wasn't even that. It was just this is a throwaway character, just I'm not going to play this. I went in it as I'm not going to play this anymore than what I need to play for the video. Mm-hmm. That's what I walked into. I was I'm just going to play through this just to play for the video. I probably won't want to play more than what it's played for the video. Mm-hmm. And
boy, were you wrong.
So I just named him So, and then as I got to playing, I liked that it was just there. After you put in your name, it's just boop, there you are.
Yep.
Go. That was it. You just, the little green guy.
Actually, I think you were wait, that's it?
Yeah, I entered my name, and then it's just map, cave, little green guy. And I was okay, now what?
Originally, Miyamoto, he had a team that wanted to put a sign by the cave and you should enter here. And Miyamoto said that if anyone is not smart enough to go explore in that cave, then they shouldn't be playing this game. But I want to go back to the screen transitions because you now look at Jak and Dexter, for instance, or Ratchet and Clank, especially the new Ratchet and Clank, where he goes through the portals on the PS5, and it doesn't even load. You're just there.
Right.
We've come so far from that, but the fact that you look at that and you're I like that, tells me that you can still respect, where we came from.
Right.
I showed you Halloween on Atari, and you were oh God, this is horrible, because we go do 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 do.
Well, I've never seen the Halloween movies, so I couldn't actually.
But you
respect it.
But you could respect the fact that it was pretty advanced for its time.
Well, yeah.
It instituted horror that you'd never seen in a game before at that point. At that point in time. It was, Michael's going to get me. When is he going to get me? And yeah, I can just walk past him, no problem, because I've been playing games for years. But, just starting out. But I think it's nice that you mentioned the screen transitions being one of your favorite things. It was nice to know that you could look at stuff that I grew up with and go, this is actually pretty cool, even though it's older, Well,
it's not it wasn't just the screen transitions. Like I said, there was no
tutorial.
We have a guest.
It
wasn't just the screen transitions. It was the tutorial thing, the lack of tutorial. Mm-hmm. I like that too, because nothing is more frustrating than when you go to start a game and then immediately it's
And to quote Aaron Hansen, whoop, Mega Man!
Yeah. I'm here to stop your progress.
Did you enjoy your first 3 seconds of gameplay?
Right. And I think it was nice in Legend of Zelda you're dropped on the map, and then it was like, you have left, down, up, right, which way do you want to go?
And,
and yeah, you don't have to go in the cave. You can just take off walking, but you're gonna die,
And you noticed that the other Zeldas got really hand-holdy.
They did.
And then they did Breath of the Wild, and then it was like,
I noticed, like,
what am I doing
Skyward
now?
Sword with Faye or Fla or whatever her name is.
Faye.
Fee. Like, when you were playing Skyward Sword, you were like, you're literally, like, I think I timed it on you once, and, like, for every 15 minutes of gameplay, she would show up, like, every 2 minutes.
Master Zelda's over there. Yeah, I know. That's where Master Zelda's over there. Yeah,
yes, I know.
Yeah,
she would, like, appear, like, it's like, boop, hi.
But,
what? There's a chest over
there. Imagine
okay,
being like an 8-year-old kid back when the Wii came out, when that game came out. You started playing it. That's what you were used to. That's what you knew. You put that same 8-year-old kid on the gold cartridge first Zelda, they're going to piss themselves because they're not even going to know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to come up and tell you. Like, there's a lot of games from Nintendo and Sega Genesis era and Super Nintendo that really don't tell you where to go or anything. And there's, in fact, some RPGs that if you do not talk to every single person there, you won't know what to do next.
I like games like that, though.
And
I guess I also guess I grew up in a different era like that, too. But, I mean...
You know how you were playing, what was it, Final Fantasy X? You're playing at 10, and you're like, oh, I need to go talk to this person so this will happen. And I said, that's called an event. Because that person exists solely to make that event happen. And I have a game, I have two versions of the game, RPG Maker. And you get to create like little events and stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So, wrap up. 1 to 10. How'd you do? Or what'd you think?
We're wrapping up already. I didn't even talk about the dungeon.
Oh, well, I mean, you can talk about the dungeon. I just don't know how much memory card is left.
Well, the dungeon was fun. I had some trouble just walking around in general because we didn't have the map for it.
Oh, I had to look up the map.
We had to look up the map.
But that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was. I ran around in circles for a little bit.
Yeah.
Ran around in circles for a lot of bit.
And I still, even though I had the guide, I did not tell you what you were looking for. I just said,
you just
here
said you
you'll
need
find
to blow up that
something
wall.
helpful.
Yeah, you didn't even do that. You just said blow up that wall. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, there's a place here. Yep, have fun.
Yep. And go find out what's there. You could die, or instant death, or who knows? You get $1 million.
Right. And then even when I got the candle, you're like, hey, set that tree on fire. And then.
And I just left it at that.
Yeah,
and you're like, why am I burning down the forest?
Well, and then you even let me discover that you could only use the candle once per screen because then I was sitting there.
Because you're sitting there going, why
won't this catch on fire?
Oh, just wait till you start to use arrows, and then you really, really, really need to use an arrow, and then you're out of rupees.
But and that was fun too, just the exploring and whatever. And then, in the dungeon itself, you were still doing that. Hey, blow up that piece of wall. I can blow up that wall. Yeah.
See the little crack in the wall?
See the little crack in the wall? Yeah. Blow that up. Okay.
That crack in the wall started everyone in every game trying to break walls to find hidden stuff. And Nintendo was famous for it. Remember the wall chicken in Castlevania?
Right.
That's how we knew to do it.
But yeah, the dungeon was fun. And then I actually surprised you with the boss.
You did. You actually destroyed him in a way I never would have dreamed of.
I hid in a corner and just bombed him to death.
Yeah, you just bombed him, went back in your corner. Bombed him, went back in your corner. And she actually, maybe a lot of speedrunners saw this, but I've never done this. She found a point in the corner where the first dragon is, right by the door, where the dragon's fireballs don't even reach you. Like, they go right past you with no problem. Mm-hmm. And she just stayed in that corner, ran up, blew him up, ran back down. I mean...
It only took, 3 hits?
3, 4, something like that.
I didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
I only had to use 3 bombs, 4 bombs. Mm-hmm. So basically, I went in the little corner. I ran up, threw the bomb, or set the bomb actually, because it takes not even a second. So I set the bomb and then ran back down in the corner, let it blow up, and then because he does that pattern where he walks 3 steps forward, does his fire, and then he walks 3 steps back. So if you catch the pattern where he walks. When he walks back, you can set the bomb, so then he walks over it and it blows him up. So then, then you just have to do the right pattern.
I just hear the comments of all the fanboys and the gamer boys going, well, yes, that's how it's done. That's what you're supposed to do. You should be
stupid gamer girl.
Yeah.
I hear it now. This is stupid gamer. Of course you don't. You need a man. Wow.
You went off on that. Okay.
I'm a gamer girl.
Let's do our wrap up here.
This is another reason why we have this show, is because I'm the chick that got controllers taken out of my hand.
Let you girls know watching this, you are no less a gamer than any guy that says otherwise.
It can be done. You are allowed to play games.
Yep. And if you don't believe me, come on over. We'll let you play all the games you want.
Never let a man take a controller out of your hand, ladies.
That's right. Very true. Anyways, Zelda, 1 to 10.
I give it a 7.
You give it a 7?
Mm-hmm.
Every gamer boy just had an aneurysm on their keyboard.
I hear it.
I hear the clacking. It's right there. Writing my counter argument. Yeah.
Don't you want to look at it from another point? No.
No. 7 is okay. I give it a 7.
I can hear them building their stakes to burn me.
Oh, yeah.
Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
Make sure it's oak or God will not accept the sacrifice. No, 7 is a good score for it because it literally is not the greatest game.
It's a little dated. It's
very
flaws.
Dated, and it has its flaws, but at the same time, it's a good example, especially for game designers, to see what to do.
It has its goodnesses. It has its good
points.
Parts is about what I was about to say. It has its good parts, but if you don't have the map, because you had to go look the map up. If you hadn't have done that, I literally would have been walking around in circles forever. Mm-hmm. And that, like you were telling me, when you first got the game, it came with that map. And there were, kids around the world that had their map and they had drawn all over it, where they were just like, oh, there was another part over here that I didn't.
Well, that's the thing, is the map went pyramid up, and there was all these other grids that was like, hey, fill in what you know. And
exactly.
It was that's where the real secrets were.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
but I didn't have that because we were playing this on that console that we have that just left
Nintendo?
my brain. Yes. And so I didn't... Well, we were playing the emulator of it.
Oh, the classic.
Right.
The NES Classic, yeah. But you know what I found out? They have a QR code that you can scan and get the manual.
But anyways...
For any game.
We didn't have the map. You had to look it up online and whatever. Yeah. So, I mean... I didn't quite get the full experience. It was just, But anyways, so by giving it a 7, that's very generous in my book.
Yeah.
Because yes, I had fun playing it. Yes, I had fun finding all the little secrets and blowing up the wall and killing the jumpy spiders and the water goblin and the
Tektites Zoras.
The Octoroks and the...
There you go. You got that.
Of all the monsters, that's the one I remember.
You remember the disposable monsters. So...
But, at the same time, it does have its flaws. It's very dated. It's very... it has its flaws. It has its greatnesses. So 7, I think, is a generous round. Generous
number.
Thank you.
It's a little late. We're a little tired. I gotta say, I love these videos, but I am really tired of doing this particular one.
Oh, yes.
So if this doesn't work...
We need to move on. I am ready to do another adventure.
Oh, speaking of which, what are you going to
do? Good question. I have thrown some ideas around. I
think I know what you should do.
What's that?
You'll find out.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on A New Adventure Begins, or as we like to call ourselves now, Insert Coin to Begin. And remember, anything not saved
will be lost.
Later, guys.
Bye.